Yeah, you've read the title correctly. Not here to offend anybody, but as soon as I realized what we're gonna talk about today, dude, I was literally in the shower just a few minutes ago. I was in the bathroom, and as I was about to take the shower and I got this thought, I immediately ran back straight to my room, turned on the camera, because I believe this is so significant. As long as you'll be able to understand what we're gonna talk about today, your confidence will literally like 100x, 10x, a million x. Trust me. Just stop thinking. Let things happen. Just turn off your brain. Stop thinking entirely. And I know this sounds stupid, right? This gets a little bit tricky, right? But the reason why you struggle with social interactions is because you think. Just don't turn off your brain, right? And I'm not telling you to become a class clown and do the dumbest shit in the world. No, that's completely different. What I want you to do is to break out of your mind, unplug from your thoughts, because your thoughts are what's actually holding you back from getting into a flow state. You know what flow state is, right? It's that state of mind in which you are completely locked in on what's in front of you. It can happen when you're speaking to somebody. It can happen when you're doing work. When I'm speaking to the camera right now, I am in a flow state. When I'm doing a task that I just like doing, I'm in a flow state. I don't have those like thoughts drifting away. I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna do after I record this, right? I'm not overthinking. But if I were to start overthinking right now, then press record, there is no way in the world that I'm making a logical speech. I ought to be mumbling after 3 words, right? Same thing happens when you're trying to speak to somebody else. Let's say you want to walk up to this girl in public, right? Like you're walking down a mall, you see a cute girl on the other side, you want to walk up to her. What's gonna happen? Your brain's gonna come up with every single excuse as to why you shouldn't do it, right? What if you're gonna mess up? What if you're gonna trip while you're walking towards her, right? What if you're gonna embarrass yourself? And now you're getting anxious. Now your brain's coming up with every possible scenario as to how you could mess things up. And the more time you spend in that state, the worse you actually perform when you walk up to her. That's when all of that mumbling you've been thinking about is actually going to happen. When it's already in your mind, right? Just turn your brain off. As soon as you want to walk up to somebody, as soon as you want to do a task, do it. The more time you will spend thinking about it, worrying about it, just stressing your mind, the more this stress is actually going to affect you, right? This is almost autistic, right? But I'm gonna give you another example. For those who've watched Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, one of the first few scenes of this movie explains this so critically well. And I never even thought of it as social skills, right? This is a random scene from the movie. This random quote from Bruce Lee immediately made things click for me, right? Because it works perfectly for social skills. It's like pointing a finger at the moon. But don't focus on the finger, because you'll lose or miss out on all of the heavenly glory. Do you understand? Doesn't hit the same way when Bruce Lee said it, but it's like when you want to focus on the view, don't focus on the damn finger, focus on the actual view, right? Don't think when trying to speak to people. Let things happen. It's like when you're breathing manually. You know what happens when you try to breathe manually? You can't stop breathing manually, right? And when you try to go back to manual breathing, you can't, because you are thinking about manual breathing, right? I know this is so confusing. I'm gonna have to make a video entirely about flow state, right? Because this shit's so confusing, but I genuinely hope you understand. Turn off your brain. Just stop overthinking. Okay, in a weird way, fine. Thinking is fine, because when you are in a flow state, you are theoretically thinking. But you know what kind of thinking I am referring to, right? I'm referring to overthinking. Stop. As soon as you get the thought of doing something, of walking up to somebody, of saying something, just let it out. Let it out. Stop worrying about it, right? Because the more you worry about doing that thing, the worse you will actually do, my friend. This is so crucial to understand, right? Now, obviously, don't go extreme with it. Don't do everything that your mind suggests you, right? Because you could just dig your own grave with that. Don't become a class clown. Don't become a attention seeker. okay, if you made it to this point of the video, then I'm pretty sure you get the general narrative behind what I'm talking about, right? I just hope I don't end up embarrassing myself on the internet. This is a risky title, not gonna lie. I could get demonetized, but screw it. If you want to talk to me directly, whilst hanging around a community that actually understands your struggles, that actually can relate to what kind of a person you are, my Discord server is the perfect place for that. Trust me, it's not like any other community, right? Where you join and the creator is not even active, he's barely like texting there. I will literally be the first person to welcome you there. Shake on it right now. Trust me, you will not find a community like us anywhere else. We host weekly voice calls too, so you have multiple opportunities to talk to me like another human being, instead of just another NPC on YouTube, right? You get the general narrative. If you made it to this point of the video, I would really appreciate it. Like, you can subscribe, all this shit's cool, right? But what I would appreciate way more is if you comment the word cat. I know this sounds stupid, but my cat's getting a little bit old, and by commenting the word cat, you're actually boosting the algorithm way more than if you would. Well, now that I think about it, sure, likes and subs matter more, but just like, I think telling you to comment the word cat's cooler than for me to just be like, oh, like and subscribe. Oh, it gets repetitive, doesn't it? I'm a human just like you. I find this shit annoying as well. So you gotta find a way to stand out on YouTube, right? So if you want to do all of that, great. The subscriber button's over here. You can check out these videos as well if you want to get even more value. But do whatever you think is right. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother, and take care.